because you know today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming. And Deke, as I told you, man, we know games are about to happen. Ball security is at a premium. And the best way to secure your balls and your balls is with the Lawnmower 4.0, which is the best when it comes to trimming, man. Not only is it waterproof, it has this beautiful little light that you can turn on and off depending on where you want to use it at. So you can see, some people like to shave in the nighttime, turns using their trimmer. Some people like to do it with the lights on. I'm a lights on dude, Deke. I like to see what's happening, but every once in a while I turn it off, club mode, ping, 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 ping. Have a little fun with the little light. You know what I mean? Every once in a while you got to do that, okay? But more importantly, when we are talking about Manscaped, we like to talk about them because we have a promo code, which is MOATS. Use that, you'll get 20% off of your purchase along with free shipping worldwide. So don't waste any time. Don't leave your dangly twins out there feeling too, furry this time of year with the heat and stuff like that. All right. So make sure you cop that. Use the promo code and your dangly twins will definitely thank you.
Push momentum. We may get Roquan Smith, ?
What you think, baby?
Does Omar Khan got it in him? Obviously, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah.
We get a top 5 inside linebacker on this squad, combine him with Miles Jack.
Mm-hmm.
This defense is absolutely lethal. I think it's already lethal, but
yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's a no-brainer. I think we can make the cap work. There's ways it can happen. I just don't know if we want to screw up our cap flexibility for the next 2 or 3 years, because we're going to have to give him a big deal.
Yeah.
Probably in the $15 to $20 million range if you look at his comparable guys in the market right now. Darius Leonard, I think Fred Warner, they're up to 19. Maybe he's a notch below. Should he get 17, 18?
Yeah.
But that's probably what he's looking for. And if we make the trade, we'd have to give him that type of deal.
Yeah.
I go back and forth with it.
Yeah, to me, man, I kind of look at it a couple of ways. Number one, just in the simple root of the question, would you want Roquan Smith, or should we want or have an interest in Roquan Smith? Absolutely, 100%. I mean, he is a phenomenal linebacker. He is one of those new age sideline to sideline, see ball, get ball type players. And I've said this a couple of times up here. If he's playing anywhere else, bigger market, or where the team is just more relevant, we're talking about him in a different light because of how good of a player he's been in his career thus far. And another reason in terms of why I would say you would go get him, or why you would want to get him, is number one, the uncertainty with Devin Bush. You didn't pick up the 5th-year option. Unless he goes completely insane, you're still not going to be extending him to a hefty extension or contract like that. So either way, you would be looking to potentially be in the linebacker market, right? Whether we're talking you drafting a guy in the 1st round, or you having to go free agency and trying to bring somebody in. So if you're saying that, hey man, we want to just get ahead of this thing, we don't mind having one of these top 5 inside linebackers, over the next couple of years, even though we're going to have to pay for that, we don't mind go ahead and just doing it now while we still have some flexibility and just ultimately getting that ball rolling. That would be another reason why you would do it, because like you said, man, Roquan Smith and Miles Jack is way lethal. It is way more lethal, way more scary, way more versatile than Miles Jack and Devin Bush, Robert Spillane, or any of the other linebackers that we currently have on our roster. I mean, in fact, Roquan would be the Batman. It wouldn't be Miles Jack as Batman if Roquan Smith is here. Roquan is just that type of player. So those are all the reasons why you would want it. Why, when obviously Roquan said he was looking for a trade, he was like, hey man, wait a minute now, player. Hey, have you dropped a destination list just yet? Does it include Pittsburgh? All of our eyes were open. But in terms of why not, kind of what you talked about, man. You talk about the cap situation. If you don't want to tie up a lot of that money into a linebacker right now, especially when you don't know what the quarterback situation may look like from a long-term situation over the next couple of seasons, then that might be a reason why you hesitate on a Roquan. And
Pan, our other young guys. Najee, another receiver, some of these young defensive backs as well.
Mm-hmm. So it's like multiple things in terms of the money side, which could make you hesitant, even though Omar Khan, before he became GM, he'd been moving numbers. This is his game. So in terms of it fitting, he could make it fit without a shadow of a doubt. The question is, though, do you want to potentially deal with the ramifications of that?
We might have to sacrifice Alex Highsmith.
Absolutely.
And we might not be able to sign him to a long-term deal.
That's the concept. That's some of the stuff that could make you hesitate. And I'm sure people will play that game of Roquan Smith versus Alex Highsmith, or Roquan Smith versus a Claypool in 2 years, right? Things like that, we could play that game, but that's kind of, the negative side of going out there and getting a Roquan. But either way, trust me, I'm going to be the first one over here going crazy if Roquan Smith put on a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey in 2022. I'm just throwing it out there now. I love my linebackers. He would be the one, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to get my hopes up too high just yet, because I do know we still have, like you talked about, Chase Claypool coming up in terms of money. Alex Highsmith coming up. Potentially Cam Sutton, depending on what he does this year, could be in line for an extension. So we still have some moving pieces that, we're going to have to look into. And I forgot even about Terrell Edmonds, depending on what he does this year, because this is a contract year for him as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Now, the other reason why I think you could sit tight, or it wouldn't be the worst thing if we don't trade for him, is if you actually think Devin Bush is going to play good. Because even if he doesn't play to the extreme level of being an all-pro or a Pro Bowler, if he plays good enough to where we can give him a second contract, that's still good for team building, I think. You can't pay everyone on your roster top dollar. So if Devin Bush is just a solid inside linebacker and we have Miles Jack as the one, that's not terrible. Because then that still leaves you room to pay for someone like a Claypool, Highsmith, or anyone else. So I could go either way with it. If the trade happens, I'm with you. I think we're both pumped.
No question, man. And Roquan's just an exciting player. He would totally fit this Pittsburgh defense and what we love to see here as well, man.
Yeah, I think the expectations would go from top 5 defense to bare minimum 2.
Yes, absolutely.
We'd have to be the second best defense.
We would have, and we would be in the conversation for legit having the best inside linebacker tandem as well.
Oh,
when you talk about Roquan Smith and Miles Jack, that would be in the conversation. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I guess Tampa Bay. That's really it.
That would be special. So, yeah, man. And I'll throw Dallas in there as well, because Dallas got some dudes, man, in terms of with obviously Parsons, and then you throw in whether it's Leighton Vander Esch was it Deion Jones? I want to say no. Was it Deion they picked up this offseason? No. It was someone else they picked up this offseason as well. Another impressive linebacker down there. So just one of them things, man. It's just I like it though, man. I like it a lot.